So good morning everybody, myself Acharya Vishwan. This is NCRT question session. So let's start with chapter number 5, which are laws of motion. So initially we have problems concerned with laws of motion, rest and motion. Then we have concept of force. Then we have a stationary and moving body, the concept of external force, then Aristotle's fallacy. Then we have general life thing. Then we have child playing with this. Then we have inertia, law of inertia, inclined plane experiment, Galileo's conclusion, double plane experiments. Then we have inclination problems, then Galileo's experiments, then law of inertia. Then we have moving ball problems, practical situation. Then we have Galilean view. Then we have Newton's laws was based on ideas of Ohm. Then we have certainly the basis of Newton's laws. And then we have first law of motion. Then ancient India, the force is due to continuous pressure. Then it is theory related to motion. Then concept of instantaneous velocity. Then current. Then body at rest. Then concept of inertia. Then we have experiments done on heliocentric, geocentric theories. Then we have normal reaction. Then we have acceleration of car. Then we have concept of inertia of motion and rest and direction, obviously. Then we have references to Newton's first law, momentum, direction of momentum, its properties, numericals based on that, lighter body and heavier body problem, two storms problem. Then we have two bullet problem, concept of average force and instantaneous force. Then we have change in momentum related to the force. Then we have maximum force. Then we have cricketer player motion. Then we have momentum and change in momentum. Then we have stone rotations, centripetal force. Then we have concept of force, Newton's second law of motion. Then we have SI and CGS unit of force. Then we have second law of motion. Then we have the concept of Newtonian mechanics, the time duration, impulse. Then we have Newton's third law of motion. Then acceleration, dependency on history of motion, and velocity dependency on history. Then we have a question numerical based on the coordinates, and we need to find the force on that. Then there are questions on dimensions of momentum, force, impulse, then impulse, relation between impulse and force, then impulsive forces, then history of science, then Newton's third law, then action reaction, then their continuity, then bodies on which they act, and there are two forces, then internal and external forces, then second law, then Kepler's law of planetary motion, then Principia Mathematica. Then we have Newton wrote about optics. Then we have certain collision based questions, conservation of momentum, initial final momentum. Then we have conservation of momentum. Then we have collision. Then we have conservation of momentum and energy. Then we have two particles, forces acting on them, the resultant, equilibrium. Then we have questions on equilibrium of a mass string problem is over there. Then we have a combined question based on weight, tension and horizontal force. Then we have gravitation force. Then we have friction and normal reaction. Then contact forces. Then spring force, impact of negative sign, spring constant, tension, fundamental forces, contact forces, normal reaction in an elevator. Then we have a mass plot problem, we need to find acceleration, then friction, then acceleration, then self-adjusting force. Then we have a problem based on friction acting on a block in contact with the ground. We need to find limiting friction, sliding friction, angle made in the graph, then conditions for sliding, then static friction, then impending motion, then impact of increasing forces. Then we have numerical based on limiting and kinetic friction coefficient. We need to find normal reaction, limiting friction, kinetic friction, acting friction, minimum force needed, dependency of friction, limiting friction, coefficient of friction. Then we have kinetic friction, then dimensions of friction. Then we have a question based on that. Forces are given, kinetic friction is given, external force is removed. We need to find acceleration of both, then distance traveled, time after which it stops. Then we have laws of friction. Then we have a question based on a train which is accelerating, and friction on the box we have to find. Next is if train stops, then friction force on the block. Then we need to find maximum acceleration of train, then maximum possible acceleration of train is. Then we have inclined plane problem based on static and kinetic friction coefficient. Normally action we need to find, then friction, then maximum value for node sliding. Then we have a pulley block problem based on friction. We need to find tension, friction, force on pulley, force on hinge. Then we have another problem numerical based on this pulley problem. Mass is hanging down. We need to find the maximum value of that mass so that the system does not move. We need to find acceleration of the blocks. Then different cases are over there. Then we have to asked about rolling friction. We are being asked about pure rolling. Then there is a concept of ball bearings, then how to reduce friction, then brakes use, then walking use, then centripetal forces. Then there is a concept of moving on a horizontal road using friction. Then we have banking roads, then we have banked road concept, then we have minimum and maximum speed, then we have cyclist problem, angle between them, then we have two block problem. We need to find normal reaction between them, acceleration, normal reaction. Then we have to find friction, dimensions of static and limited. Then we have to find different questions based on that. Then we need to find centripetal force, static friction, equilibrium conditions, then normal reactions, and merry-go-round problem over there. So there are a total of 7 questions in this chapter, and if you prepare all of these, then you have mastered the concept of NCRT. So it will help you in optimizing your NCRT preparation and is a boon for NEET and JEE Main physics exam. So I hope it will optimize your time and energy. Thank you and have a nice day.